We have all enjoyed playing this classic bloody arcade game that set the tone for fighting games forever. We've enjoyed the fatality, friendship, babality, brutality that makes up Mortal Kombat, am I right? This game set the tone when it came to fighting games and how fighting games would be received and created in the future. But now in 2021, looks like the reboot is about to happen. Finally, we need it. We need some Mortal Kombat back in our lives. So, here is my fan casting for Mortal Kombat. Are you ready? Oh wait, what's that fatality again? Down, back, left, right, X. I don't remember. Do you remember? Hello everyone out there in the Earth realm. Welcome to another episode of Nerd News, a show created for nerds by a nerd. So Mortal Kombat. I remember playing Mortal Kombat way back in the day when it was in an actual arcade. If you guys don't know, if you're too young to remember an arcade, it was this amazing place where you would go, get quarters, put them in the machine, and start playing the games that you love till this day. And funny fact, I don't know if you remember this, if you're playing a game like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, when you were next, when you're gonna play after the person who left, you would get your quarter and you would put it right onto where the controllers were, where the buttons were. That signifies that I got next. The more you know. Now, like I said in the opener, this game did a mental shift when it came to the developers and the teams that are gonna kind of make a fighting game. I mean, it set this violent tone that we honestly, we needed. We needed a violent outlet, and you know, this delivered. Violence isn't the answer, but you know, in video games, you understand. And like I said, it did spawn some movies and some TV shows. The first movie was fantastic, the rest, meh. And in 2021, the reboot is coming, and we actually got a glimpse of what the movie is going to look like, some of the characters, and some of the casting, which right off the bat, I need to talk about the actual casting before we dive into my casting. So with this 2021 reboot, I have no complaints over who they cast at all. I love every single casting choice. With that being said, I wanted to have fun with this and see what I could do if this cast wasn't announced, if this wasn't a thing. And so the challenge has been set and I've accepted it. I hope you are going to be as gentle with my casting as I was creating this episode. I was kind of like, this is great casting, but man, what they did in this new reboot is so good. But before we uppercut in today's episode, if this is your first time here, I would greatly appreciate if you hit that like, subscribe, and the notification bell. I want to notify you of all things as I create them, and I just love doing these videos, and I hope you guys enjoy watching them. Alright, so like I said, the first images for the 21 reboot came out. Here are a couple of them. I was very, very excited to see the direction that they're going with. You know, a more realistic, if you will, in a game like this, you know what I mean. I mean, as compared to the other movies that were just cheesy and had the worst dialogue in cinema history. But I'm excited with the direction that they're heading towards with this new film. I just can't wait for a trailer to come out. I'm gonna love it. But with Mortal Kombat and trying to find the right cast for this film, there are a plethora of characters, that's right, plethora of characters to choose from. But I wanted to hone in on some of the OG cast, right? The characters that you know, the Mortal Kombat 101 type, like you need to know these characters type characters. I say characters way too many times in that sentence, but it's what it is. So the characters we're going to cast are Liu Kang, Jax, Johnny Cage, Split Kick, Sonya Blade, now you're on fire, Raiden, Sub-Zero, you're frozen, and of course, Scorpion. Get over here! Alright, let's do this, kids. Let's start this list off with a fun character, and that of Johnny Cage. So Johnny Cage is that type of character that's very cocky, very, I'm Hollywood, I have so much money. Have you seen my abs, by the way? They're flawless. So I need an actor who is very arrogant, who is a little pretty, because you kind of have to have a pretty boy, in my opinion. You can't have someone that's very cocky and arrogant and they're like not attractive. Is that really bad to say? It's a video game move. It's fine. And I think I found a good actor. I'm just gonna blurt his name out and you might agree or you might shake your head. Ryan Reynolds. I know, Ryan Reynolds is everywhere, but listen, Linda, listen. Ryan Reynolds is such a likable guy. He's so charismatic. He's the funniest human I know. I don't know him personally, but if I did, I would tell him, you're the funniest human I know, Ryan. I mean, Green Lantern wasn't his fault. He was a great Hal Jordan. That cockiness of that character mixed with the humor of Deadpool and a little bit of his serious movies that he's done, which there's some, I know he's done some serious movies. He's no rookie when it comes to action movies, so he's got that under his belt. But Ryan Reynolds is my comic relief in this movie, because Johnny Cage is that. He's that heroic, he'll do anything he can to prove that, you know, he's better than you. But he's also really funny, and or could be really funny if someone like Ryan were cast in this role. So get ready to do that awesome split crotch kick, Ryan, because you are my Johnny Cage. Next, let's move on to the main man himself, the main character of a lot of these video games and movies when it comes to Liu Kang. So the actor I'm choosing, if you've seen AMC's amazingly graphic show Into the Badlands, then you'll know this actor. I'm casting actor Louis Tan. Now Louis, just based off of Into the Badlands, you can tell that this man understands action, his intensity when it comes to a character, and his screen presence is very just entertaining and just, what's that word I'm looking for? He is intimidating. That's the only word I can think of. I mean, also, this may be just a coincidence here, but he also was in a movie with Ryan Reynolds. He played Shatterstar in Deadpool 2 with Ryan Reynolds, and he also played Kung Jin in the 2015 Mortal Kombat X Generations. So Louis already understands the world of Mortal Kombat. He understands the key players, the overall arc of a lot of these characters, and that would give him a good headway, a good little jump start into giving us a brand new Liu Kang that we haven't seen before. So Louis, continue on with your amazing fighting and your great acting, because my friend, you are my dragon. You're my Liu Kang. Next, let's move on to the police officer that we know and love, Sonya Blade. So with Sonya Blade, I wanted to find an actress that was very atomic blonde. Do you know what I mean? Very just rough and gritty with the fight sequences, and it's just really believable and is flushed out more, because I think Sonya Blade is a very washed out character in the movies, and we need to move her up a little bit more because she has a lot more complex to her that we've seen. So that's why I'm casting actress slash stuntwoman Amy Johnson. Oh, Amy, she has done a slew of stunts. Deadpool to Captain America Winter Soldier to the Suicide Squad. I mean, she understands comic books, obviously. Also, her grittiness, like I said, she literally can take a punch. She can flip backwards and fall downstairs. She can be set on fire. Like, she's a stunt woman. And I think taking a stunt woman or anybody that's in the stunt world and put them into an actual character, or put a stunt person in behind the camera, you get a different look and a different take into the spots that you place them in. I mean, she's not that well known when it comes to her actually acting. It's more of the stunt roles that she's done, but yet again, a stunt person can give you just a different, unique take on something that you just haven't seen before. So I think Amy would lend herself physically to this role, and it doesn't hurt that she looks like Sonya Blade. But Amy, I hope you have your health insurance all ready to go, because you are my Sonya Blade. Now let's move on to a character who works side by side with Sonya, in that of Jax. Now when I'm thinking of Jax, my Rolodex of actors, aka Google, it just keeps populating back to one actor every time, and that's Michael Jai White. Now, Michael has had a great career, and he's no newbie as well to comic book movies. Obviously, he was in one of my favorite movies, my favorite comic book movie to date, in that of The Dark Knight. He was also Al Simmons in Spawn, which was a good movie for its time. But funny thing, Michael did play Jax already in the Mortal Kombat TV series that came out in 2011? I think it's 2011. Yeah, 2011. He did a really good job, and physically, he just looks perfect in that role. I mean, the man literally is a martial artist, so there's not much to teach him there. He could probably teach half the cast. He's a very intimidating man. He's a very large individual. So even if he didn't know Kung Fu, just like a flex of his bicep his bicep would like pop out and oh god. So Michael, if you are a method actor, Let's get those actual arms off your body. Let's put on some metal arms because you're my Jax. Next, let's look to the God of Thunder. And no, I'm not talking about Storm or, what's his name, Thor. I'm talking about Lord Raiden. So when it comes to this amazingly electric character, that was bad. The casting for the 2021 reboot, I think I'm gonna go with. I'm not gonna recast him. Thor Ragnarok actor Tabnaru Asano has been cast as Lord Raiden in the 2021 reboot. I think I said his name right. I hope I did, because I'm bad at saying names. Now, Tabnaru is not shy when it comes to action movies. He has a good assortment under his belt. He was also in a movie that wasn't critically amazing, but I thought it was fun in 47 Ronin with Keanu. I mean, Tabnaru is, he is a very talented actor, and he has this air about him. It's like, if you see him in red carpet events, he's very humble, but he's very calm, he's very polite, he's very intelligent, but it's like, you know, if you rub him the wrong way, you'll snap your neck. And that's what I think Raiden needs to have. This, like, he knows he's a god, he can kill anyone in a second, but he's pretty chill, you know what I mean? But Tabnaru, get your hat already, get your gi pressed, because you are my Raiden. All right, now the last two characters on this list, and of course, I have to save them for last because they're the coolest characters in Sub-Zero and Scorpion. So let's do Sub-Zero, shall we? I'm gonna cast actor Simu Liu. Now, you may not know his name now, but you will when he makes his big screen debut in the MCU in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Now, Simu has a great range. I mean, he does, I've seen him do really, really good comedy. His action is very good. And also, he has this little arrogance. I remember reading this, it wasn't long ago, he was talking about Shang-Chi and how Shang-Chi could pretty much beat up, I think it was, or annihilate, whatever he said, the majority of the Avengers. Cockiness, I like it. Now, obviously, he has some martial arts in his blood playing Shang-Chi, which is pretty much the premise of it. The fighting style in that is going to be amazing, by the way. Just look forward to that movie. And Sub-Zero and Scorpion both have this really, like, rich history together. They're brothers, and so they have this, it's a really deep character, especially with Sub-Zero. And so going from something like Marvel, which can get deep in time and complex, with obviously Mortal Kombat's gonna be a hard R, I think him going from this like big Marvel franchise to something a little darker will be a great contrast to show people what this man can really do. But Simu, you are my Sub-Zero. I hope you don't get frostbite quickly. You know, you're cold. Let's move on to Scorpion. So last but not least is the fire skull face man thing in Scorpion. That was the worst intro to talk about that character. Whatever, let's just go. Now, to be completely honest, the 2021 reboot nailed this casting. I really did not want to recast this actor at all. I think it's perfect, absolutely perfect. I'm not even gonna mention his name. I'm just gonna show a picture of the actor that's playing Scorpion in 2021, and you'll know his sheer intensity, his perfection in his craft. Here you go. I don't want to recast him, I really don't, because that casting is absolutely perfect, but this is a fan casting, so let's see what I can come up with. So I have selected actor Anthony Dale. So Anthony is another actor who actually played this character before. He played Scorpion in Mortal Kombat Legacy in 2011. Now, his demeanor and his deep voice lent for this smoky, just really mysteriousness of Scorpion, in which I think Scorpion needs to have that like lurk in the shadows, kind of like I want to see more of this character type feel, because he is, let's be honest, he is a fan favorite. Like, everyone loves this character. I mean, get over here. That's so classic. Back Forward X. Now, I saw an interview when they asked him about Scorpion, and he obviously understood the fighting side of him, the get over here, the breathing fire type of character, but he also understands the humanity side of him. So to understand both spectrum of your character is going to meld for a perfect performance, because you just understand who this character is, and you can make decisions that are absolutely perfect with how that character will think. So my friend, get your flamethrower and your baking soda ready, because you're gonna light stuff on fire. You or my scorpion. Well, my friends, that is it for our most epic journey. Did you enjoy my list? Do you agree with the characters and actors that I chose? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. I love the dialogue. Keep it coming. And please, share this episode, share my channel with others. I would greatly appreciate it. And until next time, guys, remember, this reboot is going to be a palate cleanse when it comes to the other movies, especially with Mortal Kombat 2. And if you don't believe me, YouTube Mortal Kombat 2, the movie, worst line. You're welcome.